Hey guys, what is up? Season Man here, back here in another video. In today's video, I thought I'd go ahead and give you guys my thoughts on the final Bleach episode. The last English dubbed episode just dropped on Toonami a few days ago, and I thought I'd go ahead and give my thoughts on it. Okay, so the way I want to do this review is that I want to give you guys the good, and then give you guys the bad. And so first, let's go ahead and go over the good. So the good is that I like the fact that everything is wrapped up pretty nicely. I like the fact that we got a decent fight, and then the rest of the episode is dedicated to wrapping things up. I'm glad that the episode wasn't like 90% fighting and only 10% was dedicated to wrapping things up, and then that means it would have to really rush things, so I'm glad it didn't end up like that. Again, I am glad that they were able to wrap things up pretty nicely. Like, there's no huge loose ends out there. You know, the anime doesn't make you feel like you have to go pick up the manga right here and now because of the way that anime ends. It doesn't make you feel that way, so again, I'm glad that everything was wrapped up pretty nice. But I'm still going to pick up the manga either way. Now we're going to go ahead and move on to the bad. Now, there's not too much bad, but there is some bad I do want to talk about. First, I'm going to start off with the little really small nitpicky stuff that I had. And then I'll talk to you guys about my real problem with this episode. So first off, we're going to start off again with something that's extremely nitpicky. And but like I said before, that the show doesn't leave off with any huge loose ends, but there are just a very tiny ones that are really extremely nitpicky. The first one I want to mention is, where's Cone? Like, where is he? Like, I wish we knew, because we just had a filler arc before this featured around mod souls, but then in this arc there's no Cone whatsoever. I can understand that he's not hanging out with Ichigo or anything because he's not a Soul Reaper anymore, but where is he? I'm just curious because I actually did some research before starting this video, and it says that somewhere in the manga he gets kidnapped by the 12 the 12 squad or whatever, Squad 12. I don't know, I just had a brain fart. Yeah, it says that he gets kidnapped by Squad 12, and then it also states that the creator kind of also forgot about Cone. We just completely forgot about adding him back into the story. So I can understand if the manga is messing up, but the anime, they could have written him back in there. My next really small nitpick is whatever happened to Nell. Like, for those who don't remember who Nell is, Mudkip, go ahead and run an image of her really quickly. Yeah, her. What happened to her? I know she didn't get killed by Noritora, so what happened to her? Again, this is just a very small nitpick. I heard she does show up in the manga once again, sooner or later, but I don't want to, but as of right now, we don't know what happened to her. And for guys, don't spoil it for me. I'll figure it out on my own because I do plan on picking up the manga sooner or later. My third and last really small nitpick is that I kind of wish we got to see Ichigo end up with somebody. Like at the very end of the episode, when he's about to go back to the world of the living, it seems like Rukia really has something on her chest that she really wants to say to Ichigo. And you're kind of sitting there like, girl, tell him how you feel. Like, tell him that you want him to stay in the Soul Society with you, that you want him to freaking come back to Byakuya's estate and they can all just live together or something stupid. But for real, she really did seem like she was sad that he was going back to the world of the living. But in all seriousness, I never really felt like there was really a romantic interest between the two of them. I always felt like they were just really close friends or something along those lines anyway, so that's okay. So now the question is, why didn't he end up with Orihime? It's obvious that she likes him. We all remember this scene from like episode 141. Mudkip, show that picture really quickly. Yeah, we all felt like flipping that table when she didn't go in for the final kiss with Ichigo in that episode. Like, what are you doing, girl? Go for it. And also, Ichigo, what are you doing? It's been 17 months and you still haven't hooked up with her? Like, what are you doing? I understand that she is my wife, but you can have her. Let's go. But for real, Ichigo, what are you doing, my friend? I mean, is she not good enough for you or something? I mean, you risked your life for her. You obviously really care about her. She obviously cares about you. What are you doing? You just gotta take the opportunity while it's there, my friend. Okay, enough with the nitpicking. Now for the thing that I really don't like about this episode is the actual final fight between Ichigo and Ginjo. The thing is about their fight is that there's just no tension, there's no suspense in it because Ichigo is just so overpowered. And that's the same problem I have with two other fights in the series, and that is between Ichigo and Aizen, and Ichigo versus Ulquiorra. Again, but focusing on this fight, him and Ginjo, he's just so freaking overpowered. Like, as soon as he gets his power back from Rukia and the rest of the captains, he's just so overpowered that there's no tension, there's no suspense. He's just swiping his sword, and And Ginjo's just taking it. I mean, even the captains don't really care. And they start walking away, and Rukia's like, hey guys, wait a second, the fight's going on up here. And they're like, please, look what's going on here. This is boring. We're going home. Yeah, he's just so OP, and that's exactly why I have mixed feelings about the Aizen fight, the final Aizen fight too, because, you know, again, once he goes through that training with his dad, or his dad puts him in that little training bubble to do the training for like 3 months or whatever, and then he goes to face Aizen, you know, he's just swinging his sword, like destroying mountains, and he doesn't really seem like he's really into the fight, or that he's really trying to defeat Aizen. He's just swinging his sword and he's just destroying him, no problem. And the same problem comes up when he's facing Ulquiorra. When he goes full hollow, he's just destroying Ulquiorra, and that's just not fun. I mean, it's fun to see at first, but then you kind of wish Ulquiorra starts coming back with a comeback, you know, starts actually being a challenge for Ichigo now that he's up in this powered up state, but he's just not. Also, when he's in these overpowered states like he is with Aizen, and now what he is with Ginjo, he's just sitting there swinging his sword around, you know, slicing him up, and he doesn't really feel like he's really into the fight, that he's just swinging his sword like, can you just die now? Instead of being really into the fight like, here we go, I'm gonna finish you off. Instead, he's just like, whatever, can you die? And that just really takes me out of the fight when it does that, and, you know, I kind of wish they were more on an even playing field, but, you know, overall the fight is good. It's just not as, doesn't have as much tension or suspense as you would like out of the final episode of Bleach. So, overall, this really was a good last episode of Bleach, or final episode, whatever you guys want to refer to it as. It really was a decent, good one, and I do commend it for that one. Am I sad to see Bleach go? Not really, because I'm going to be picking up the manga, and I know one day, hopefully when the manga does end, the anime will return. So, cross fingers here, guys, and if you guys like the video, and if you like me, subscribe to me. And as always, this is DJ the Man, and I'll catch y'all next time.